Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have another turbo video. Listen, boys and girls, there is not much news in terms of turbo. I mean, it is going to be a Saturday after all. So, usually the weekends are a little slower, generally speaking. But, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking about if turbo will get listed on Robinhood. Mainly throughout this video, we obviously will still cover technical analysis, what the candles mean for this week, and pretty much for the rest of the couple of weeks and months to come. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, right, the thing that I want to talk about quickly is that there is some kind of giveaway, right? You can join the community and, it's a giveaway, right? You never know if you're going to win or not. If you want to participate, cool. If not, then it is what it is. But other than that, there's not much news. So first things first, I want to talk about Turbo and Robinhood, okay? Because I see some people that, believe 100%. I see that, there's also a good chunk of people that believe it's going to be high probability. And then I see, a small amount of people that think, it's not going to happen. Now, personally, I will say I do believe it will happen, okay? We have seen so many meme coins over the past, couple weeks, I would say mainly, short few months get listed on Robinhood, right? Not only that, but we know crypto is becoming more mainstream. Meme coins are always going to be one of the most mainstream narratives out there, and that is the reality. With that being said, something like Robinhood adopting crypto, adopting meme coins is very beneficial for them. Not only does it bring, more business in, make them more money, but also grows their name, right? Why be limited to just stocks? Why be limited to just a certain amount of coins when you can be, you know, putting many, many more coins onto your platform, bringing in more people, bringing more revenue, getting the word of Robinhood out there even more? Okay. So, from a business perspective, it makes sense. Now, you may say, okay, well, that's a very valid point, but why Turbo? And, we will talk about why I believe Turbo is going to be a top contender when it comes to meme coins. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, right, the thing is, it's a community taken over coin. Okay. The thing is, communities, whales, institutions love that. Okay. Generally speaking, they love that. There's no manipulation, there's no big, dump or anything. The people are in control, the institutions that buy and buy these coins up, they are the ones in control. Okay. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, is that Turbo is here and has been here for a while now. So it has a lot of market structure. Okay. We can see if we go to Turbo and we go to, let's just say, market cap, and all doesn't really matter. We have pretty much been here, for for 2 years now, right? A little bit less. And institutions, markets, anybody, big players like to see lots of data. Okay. And that is the reality. So that helps Turbo's case also. A third reason is that we have incredibly high volume for the amount of market cap we have. Even on a bad day, right? On a really, really bad day, we'll have 50 million market cap, or sorry, 50 million volume. The reality is Turbo always is and has been on, bad days, been near 100 million in volume. Okay. And that is us being at this market cap. We've seen Turbo be top five most volatile, top five highest volume in the entirety of crypto just 2 months ago. So for me, that is a lot of institutional play. That is a lot of, demand. There is a lot of money coming in and out, and that is what we like to see. There are going to be zero liquidity issues, and we honestly are doing much better than pretty much all of our competitors, right? If we compare Turbo to other meme coins and view it as competition, we kill the game. Okay, our ratios have been incredibly insane in terms of our drop off, right? Pretty much when most coins kind of dropped off was, mid to late December. we've gone up to, let's say, 900 million market cap, and then we went down to roughly 220 million, right? So we did drop a good amount. But the thing is, most meme coins dropped way more than that. A lot of meme coins dropped 85 to 95%, while we dropped roughly 70 to 75%. So yes, it was still a big drop, but that's because the whole market, got dropped. It wasn't just a turbo issue. Number two is our volume has always been insane, guys, right? I've mentioned the volume has always been insane. Even right now, if we compare it to other coins, which doesn't mean it's the most accurate, right? Because this is just for one day. You heard me talk about Turbo's volume consistently for many videos now over the last couple months, and I've always made these comparisons, and we have consistently beaten pretty much all the coins, most of the coins, and we have always had one of the best ratios. Okay, so even right now, right? Sure, we could see something like Doge have 2 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. Well, that makes sense. Doge is literally 15 times bigger, right? So actually, Doge is even larger than that. 10 times, right? 10 times would be roughly, 2 point something billion market cap for us. 100 times would be 20, like 3 billion market cap. So Doge is like roughly 130 to 150 times bigger than us. And we have almost 100 million in volume. And if we're supposed to multiply that by 130 or whatever the ratio is, we would have way more volume than Doge. So our ratios are already better. Okay, something like Shib Inu, right? 8 billion in market cap, but we saw Turbo have almost upwards of 100 million in volume, right? We saw Turbo, do very, very well, ladies and gentlemen, right? We can see, where is Turbo actually? Right here, 71 million, 72 million. So our ratios are really, really good, right? Our ratios have been really, really good. And I'm comparing it to the top dogs. We can see literally Baby Doge right over here, right? Baby Doge is roughly the same, half the volume. Now, Peanut has been going absolutely insane. A billion volume. I don't expect it to hold this, but whatever. Got to give the flowers what's flowers due. Mogcoin, I've talked about low, poor volume, right? They're slightly bigger, and their volume is way, way lower, right? Popcat is a also slightly bigger, less volume, right? Roughly same amount of volume, but they are bigger. Fartcoin, bigger, less volume, and obviously this is just today, and there could be a day where Turbo has lower volume than maybe half these coins, but generally speaking, you see me compare this time and time again. Okay, time and time again. Brett, almost 400 million market cap, 26 million in volume, right? 434, 100 million volume. Milena coin, I mean, for crying out loud, Milena coin is literally a coin that's manipulated by institutions, by the Trump team. They have 30 million less volume in the last 24 hours while being almost 2 times the size. So okay, SBX also has less. Pengu has double the amount, but they are also like 2.5 times bigger. WIF has a lot more. WIF has a better ratio than us currently. Floki, we are roughly 3 to 4 times smaller, but with only 2 times the amount of volume. So we can see same thing with Bonk, right? Bonk is literally roughly 5 times bigger, but we have only 2 times less volume, actually a little bit less than 2 times. So we can see that we have very, very great ratios. And things like Robinhood, things like Coinbase, Binance, institutions, they like that. They need volume. They need it to be easy for it to buy and sell. They need the volume, okay? Volume is a huge factor when it comes to coin listings, okay? A coin could be a high market cap and it could have other good fundamentals. If the volume, sorry, it can have great market cap and other good fundamentals, but if the volume is kind of terrible, it won't get listed because people will have trouble selling. There's going to be liquidity issues. There's just going to be other issues that come across. Turbo literally checks off everything, okay? Not only that, but Turbo is consistently growing in holdings, ladies and gentlemen, even during rough times, okay? And that actually does matter. That really, really does. Right, believe it or not, growing when things are kind of like in a stalemate or looking bad is a great sign. These institutions, these companies, something like Robinhood takes in all of these factors, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, they take in the community, the Twitter page, the engagement, you know, the whales, how many tokens do the whales hold, the liquidity, the volume, the market cap, how long the coin has been out, is it a community takeover or not? Everything that I've just mentioned in this video, they consider that. And Turbo pretty much is in great or amazing in all categories. Okay. So for me, my conviction for Robinhood has not dropped, right? We can see we actually are also we are having the most amount of holders, even though price action generally has been accumulating and been going sideways. So people know, right? People know Turbo is the real deal. We'll talk about price action for a minute or two before the video ends. We can see overall we have had multiple weekly rejections, ladies and gentlemen. I do not believe we will be dropping the ball and closing poorly. I don't believe we will be filling up this imbalance on the left. I believe the reversals are coming soon. The general point I had for a while now is that we have been pretty much accumulating sideways for roughly pretty much this whole month at this point, right? And the bias still stands the same. Even though things are a little poor, right now, we also got to consider that Bitcoin dropped off a cliff. Bitcoin has recovered a little bit, which is what we like to see, right? For me, overall, I think this is like a side thing. I think the markets are speeding up. Something like gold, even that I trade, also, it moves fast. Everything's been more volatile. Everything's moving faster. So, I know things are looking a little bit more scarier now, but I do believe over the next few short weeks, we will be recovering as we do have lots of imbalance here, which will get filled up and it will start slowing down once we get back to 0.008. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much it, right? The bias hasn't really changed yet. For us to get bullish confirmation, we would have to break through this zone of 0.004 roughly, retest off it, and then continue going higher. Right now, we've just kind of been mainly going sideways, right? So it's just accumulation, which is what we like to see. I believe in hindsight, everyone's going to be like, oh, wow, this is the perfect time to buy. But we can see, generally speaking, we will get something like this. And then eventually we will start breaking up to the upside, retesting, little fake out, and, continue. I'm not saying this is literally how it's going to play out, but this is generally how I expect things to play out. We are going to get a weekly candle close soon. If it closes like this or even stronger, that's what we like to see. But like I said, multiple weekly rejections, multiple times, like I said, rejection, which is usually an indicator that, hey, we reject off an area multiple times. It is just inevitable to bounce up, right? Even the monthly candle, I mean, technically we are in a new month, but the week still hasn't closed, right? The monthly candle closed obviously pretty bearish, but I do expect March to turn around. We could be still accumulating a little bit in March and just breaking out slowly because on the 3-month candle, ladies and gentlemen, we have to remember this is a quarterly candle. So we might still kind of be a little slow, but I do expect overall some kind of recoveries. But we do need the confirmation first for me to fully say 100% with confidence. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.